Happy Sunday morning, YouTube. Sue Ortiz here. It is very, very, very early in the morning. I don't know where the time goes. It's about 1:30. I watched Kevin Blanch's video that he put up yesterday, 12/13/14, and he had a link with a very good article. It's an International Business Times World article, and this is the United States edition. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Why not? Can't fall asleep. Too much coffee. This is by Esther, Tanquintic-Misa. And it's dated 12/13/14. And you're not going to believe this. 10:11 a.m. Eastern. Sweet. Alright, so I'm going to read this article. The United States has been described as the biggest obstacle to effectively carry out the new proposals contained under the Convention on Nuclear Safety that seek to prevent a repeat of the March 2011 meltdown of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant in Japan. Yeah. Is it the United States or is it the crooks that are speaking for us citizens of the United States? Wow. It's hard for me to shoot this. I don't really want to shoot the screen, I'm try to change it up here. But anyway, you can see this link. It's very easy to read this article yourself. I'm going to read it anyway, just because it's got a lot to do with what I want us to do here in the States. Specifically, I want us to start here in Aurora, Illinois. The revolution was disclosed by Bloomberg based on a 13-page presentation material passed around during a meeting of unidentified nuclear diplomats. Unidentified, okay. The meeting aimed to strengthen the treaty which governs safety rules at nuclear power plants in state parties to the convention. Russia, Europe, and the U.S. are all signatories. The proposal from Europe had strongly maintained that the nuclear operators have two burdens: prevent accidents and mitigate the effects of radioactive contamination in the event an accident does happen. Moreover, proposals have also been submitted that the must-force upgrades, possibly expensive ones, at existing or aging nuclear power plants. The Russians seemed amiable to proposals, except for the costly upgrades. Bloomberg cited Yuri Ermakov, Russia's envoy to the meeting, as saying the scheme will the country's economic viability, especially in the light of its plummeting ruble. Okay, that sentence was grammatically incorrect. But anyway, moving on here. But the U.S., according to the report, doesn't want the European proposal solely because an attempt to amend the convention would weaken the rules, because some governments would be slow to ratify changes. Allison McFarland, chairman of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, said the proposal could all more damage global nuclear safety because it's a difficult and long time consuming process. Okay, so this is the broad that used to run the EPA, right? Allison McFarland, chairman of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. I got a question. I read those safety inspections reports that you guys did over there on fire in Illinois, all right? It was a joke. It was a joke. No emergency manual in the control room. Very, very pertinent questions where yes or no wasn't even checked. And I'm used to reading dry reports because I have been involved in, inspection reports with what I do now. I got to tell you, it's a joke all around. And the world knows it. We're the biggest obstacle. No, we're not. The people running the show are. Ask any American, hey, if we could turn off all these nuclear reactors right now, and it would not affect your life, and you'd still have electricity, and you'd still have your internet, and you'd still be able to do all your happy stuff, and we're going to EMP-proof it, and it's going to create jobs, and they don't want you to hear that. They want us just to cook. At this point, I really think they do. They're psychopaths. They need to be in jail. That's I know you're supposed to love your enemy. Oh, I'll love them when they're in jail. How's that? Maybe they'll read the Bible and they'll find whatever. They need some time to think about what they've done. This is mass murder. This is mass genocide. But I digress. Let's finish this article. This woman, all right, to recap, Allison McFarland, chairman of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, said the proposal could all the more damage global nuclear safety because it's a difficult and long time consuming process. No, it's not. We could be manufacturing these parts right now. Right now. I want to do a video, a little tour of Aurora, and show you all these buildings that are for sale for a song and a dance. We got anybody with some startup capital? Because I tell you what, manufacturing's where it's at. This is insanity shipping stuff back and forth over that ocean. When we already have the stuff here. Are we mining our iron and giving it to the queen? What's going on here? Wake up. If we're not in control of our own economy, we're not in control of our own destiny. So anyway, there's more. Senators Barbara Boxer and Edward Markey in a December 3rd Senate testimony said they find the U.S. resistance to the European safety proposals a serious concern. The report said what the U.S. wants is for the treaty signatories to just reaffirm their commitments to undergo rigorous peer reviews from international nuclear regulators. They want more time. They want a continuance. We want more time. Victor Glinsky, former NRC commissioner, told Bloomberg someone should tell the U.S. that its nuclear safety standards actually fall behind Europe. The German and French containment structures are generally more formidable than ours, and those reactors generally have more protection systems. I already said we got one of the best concrete unions here in Chicago. They can start pouring tomorrow on a Sunday. No problem. Paul Gunter, director of Reactor Oversight Project at Beyond Nuclear, had blasted the NRC earlier for installing containment vents without radiation filters at the nation's Fukushima-style nuclear power plants. Oh, those are all here in Illinois, by the way, just so you know. Westinghouse is their vendor. Just look at the NRC inspection reports for Byron, for Braidwood, for Honeywell. It's a joke. All right, and their offices are over there in Lisle, Illinois. They're my next door neighbors over there, okay? Yeah. All right. The NRC is more interested in filtering out the truth about these vulnerable Fukushima-style reactors than filtering the radioactive releases, Gunter said in a statement. The NRC is gambling to save the industry some millions of dollars in safety retrofits against potentially hundreds of billions in damages and human suffering following the next nuclear accident. Hey, it's real easy. They got the concrete right over there. Chi-Town, are you kidding me? All right. And you can't have that many people there at a time, so let's use all the unions in Chicago. How about that one? Let's get the gravel over there. They know how to do this, trust me. All right? Gunter says he finds it worrying that the NRC is ignoring the consequences and real cost of a severe nuclear accident by abandoning a reasonable safety upgrade. Moreover, he claimed the agency is also ignoring the input of independent experts. The agency is demonstrating gross abandonment of its regulatory responsibilities in order to shield an economically beleaguered and inherently dangerous nuclear industry, he concluded. I think he's right, too. Data from the International Atomic Energy Agency show that the world has a total of 438 nuclear power plant reactors. Over half of those were built 30 years ago and are already nearing the age when they will need special attention. Let's just take them down, put the magnets up, redo the grid. That's Sue Ortiz with your nightly news report today, 12/14/14. Have a good one.